So, all right. So, Kai, you are CEO over at MariaDB Foundation, and you've been CEO for several years now.
Yeah.
How are things going?
2019.
Yeah. So, how are things going? What's new?
So what's new? So new is broadening the landscape of sponsors that help us pursue our goal. And our goal is, we always talk about three words. It's adoption, openness, and continuity. And adoption means that we want everybody to use MariaDB wherever it makes sense. And it makes sense if you're doing a relational database. And openness means that we want people to be able to contribute on purely technical grounds to our database. And the new thing here, yes, last year we managed to recruit several people which were really valuable for us. And what I also want to underline is that we're broadening the spectrum of sponsors that provide the continuity of us pursuing adoption and openness. So that's probably very internally looking, but if you look at, so what's in it for the community, it means that we're shortening the cycle for contributions. So it means that when people contribute something to us, they will not have to wait as long as they have. And when it comes to adoption, we're looking at so many different small pieces here and there that enable MariaDB to be a better choice or a default choice or satisfying the user needs better.
So when you said that you're expanding the sponsor base, are you implying that you're just trying to go out and get more sponsors, or you're opening up kind of who is eligible to be a sponsor, that maybe you were turning people away?
I wouldn't say that we are picky in the sense that only a few companies are eligible. I think that what we're doing is we're looking at various sectors of the industry or of the open source users for whom it makes sense to sustain our openness and adoption and all of that. And one of those areas is cloud service providers. And then, of course, there's big tech. Not everybody. Big tech has been supporting us from the very beginning with IBM and Microsoft and what have you, and in China with Alibaba and Alibaba and Tencent. But we're not by no means covered 100% there. And then a third one would be. Sorry about that. I should have.
That's okay. They really want to get a hold of you.
Yeah, they do want. Yeah, so the last one would be governmental initiatives. So initiatives where we can ensure the presence of an open source alternative in a stack, if you can call governmental things a stack. So like governmental procurement would benefit from having open source choices instead of tying themselves to closed source initiatives, and some of them can support us financially.
Now, just so listeners are aware, there's a unique relationship because, MariaDB Foundation is different from MariaDB Corporation. And, MariaDB organization is a not-for-profit, but you are funded based on sponsorships. Whereas MariaDB Corporation, it's a for-profit business, which is focused on the commercialization aspects of MariaDB.
Yes.
Okay. And did I miss anything with the nuance there? I think I got it.
No, I think the nuances were perfect. Perhaps you could, you would then ask, what's the relationship, and are they one of our sponsors? So yes, they are one of our sponsors, and we the level of their sponsorship is big. It's huge if you count the number of contributions. If you count the numbers of euros or dollars or currency units, their share is smaller. And we openly declare this on mariadb.org/finance, so they can see that they, a couple of years they have been our biggest sponsor, but it's by no means the lion's share or anything on their side.
So, Kai, this puts you in a unique relationship with a lot of your sponsor companies and a lot of the other organizations that you work with, because you have different people with maybe different ideals and different goals for where to take MariaDB. How do you navigate potentially conflicting, ideas or priorities from your sponsor base?
So the problem is not as big as you might imagine. So it's
well, that's good. That's a good thing.
It really is a good thing. I don't spend my time mediating between these conflicting goals, and one of the reasons is that if you look at, I mentioned already the sponsorship level when it comes to contributions. So the code is actually mainly being developed 85% or more by the corporation. And our attitude to those contributions is the same as to everything else, which is we're happy to take it. It's great. And we really appreciate those contributions. But as with any contributions, it is a question of what the sponsor in question wants to develop. And if you look at the number of developers that we have ourselves, it's small in comparison to what the contributors have. And on top of it, we're mainly not developing stuff much ourselves, but we're getting in, we're merging the contributions, we're reviewing them, we're improving upon them, and we're making them into a proper product and building releases and all of that. That's what our developers are doing. Yes, we do some development, but it's like if you are a sponsor and become a sponsor with the reasoning that now you want to use wield your power by influencing how the developers at MariaDB Foundation are using their time, then you will be in for a disappointment, because there's not much of that time. And on top of it, being a non-profit, we don't link those two. We require the sponsors to trust us to make the right thing for the product.